The second half of 2.8 is here, which means the next update after this is Sumeru's debut. We've been given a good amount of information about Sumeru over the past couple of weeks, and today I've made a list of the top 10 things to look forward to about Sumeru. Disclaimer, while all these things are in order of least exciting to most exciting, this list is based off of my subjective opinion. And when I say least exciting, it doesn't mean I'm not excited for it. It just means there's something else that I'm a bit more excited about than that thing, if that makes any sense. Everything on this list is something that I am excited about, so don't cancel me if your most anticipated thing is at number 10. With that being said, let's begin. Number 10. New animals. In the third Sumeru teaser, it showed a few new animals coming to Genshin. Whether you want to put these animals in your teapot, or whether you just want to appreciate the new wildlife coming into the game, we can all agree that this looks like 2012 Justin Bieber in boar form. Number 9. New enemies. With a new region comes new enemies, and we have a glimpse of some of the upcoming ones. For instance,
the Eremites.
They're mercenary-like people who make a living off of their own wisdom and strength and aren't part of any national forces. Considering that the people of Sumeru use knowledge as a resource, it will be interesting to see how they operate, at least in my opinion. We also know that there's more to meet the eye to those shroom enemies that we've seen in the chasm. Now that we know that they're going to be appearing in Sumeru, it means that it's probably a wise idea to start farming their materials before Sumeru's release, but I'm sidetracking. The shroom enemies can actually evolve in Sumeru's climate, kinda like Eevees, I guess. They turn into fungi, and their highest form are huge animals such as the yassification of my bird. No doubt there's going to be a ton of side quests involving these guys. Number 8. Interactive environments. I'm going to touch on Dendro a little more later on in the video, but I'm looking forward to seeing how applying Dendro and other elements affects certain areas in Sumeru. It looks like as you apply certain elements to certain places in Sumeru, the environment will react accordingly. More specifically, we will be able to revive mushrooms and bounce on top of them. Hopefully there'll be more variations of this later on down the line as Sumeru develops. But this is a fun thing to look forward to if you're somebody who really enjoys exploring the overworld. Number 7. New side quests. Aside from the Archon quest, there is bound to be loads of side quests to do in Sumeru as it becomes a more established region on our map. I'm personally of the belief that there are going to be so many side quests in the desert area of Sumeru. It seems like a breeding ground for tons of lore and side quests. It wouldn't surprise me if it became a significant location in the Archon quest itself, but either way, we're bound to get information about this place in one way or another. It is said that the desert is full of legacies from the past, which in my mind sets the precedence that there's going to be a lot to explore and discover there. Also, where did these machines come from? Are the advanced civilization and
the Eremites
connected? And if so, how? I personally find the desert part of Sumeru to be incredibly interesting, and I can't wait to play around with it and learn its secrets. Number 6. Harbingers? Maybe? This section contains major story spoilers, so this is your last chance to forward to the next point if you're not already caught up on the Archon quest. This point isn't directly related to Sumeru. In fact, this is just my own personal speculation. A few weeks before Genshin started releasing official information about Sumeru, releasing all these teasers, randomly, they decided to drop a video showing all of the Fatui Harbingers, despite the fact that Shineznaya's release is nowhere in sight. In fact, we're supposed to be getting Fontaine after Sumeru, followed by Nestlan after that. This leads me to believe that we might actually encounter some of these new Fatui Harbingers in the game at some point or another during our time in Sumeru. After all, after the Raiden Shogun slayed Signora so hard that not even ashes remained, the Harbingers no doubt are plotting some sort of revenge scheme or something along those lines. And because Genshin have officially released the character designs of these Fatui Harbingers now, you can't blame me for at least thinking that we're going to meet at least one of them in the game during our time in Sumeru. Sumeru. Because why would they release that video now of all times? Again, don't take this as fact, this is merely my own speculation. Anyways, number 5, new lore. With a new region comes new lore, and some of this lore was introduced to us both from what Yaimiko told us at the end of the Archon quest in Inazuma, as well as these recent Sumeru teasers. Things like the affairs of the state are handled by an organization called the Academia. Knowledge is a resource in Sumeru, the Akasha system, and the people of Sumeru don't dream. Most don't dream, especially adults. These are things we already know about Sumeru, and no doubt there'll be a lot more to learn about it too. The people of Sumeru seem to be the most interesting in my opinion, from those that we've met so far, so I'm quite excited to see what they're all about. Number 4, the music. We got a sneak preview of what the music in Sumeru is going to sound like, and it sounds great. I'd say a region's music is just as important as how the region looks. And it sounds like Hoyoverse have knocked it out of the park again with their Sumeru soundtrack, at least from what we've come to hear so far. I'm looking forward to hearing all the different types of variations that we'll get to hear over the coming months. Number 3. New characters. In the 3rd Sumeru teaser, Genshin revealed the designs and names of some of the new characters that we're going to be meeting in Sumeru. It wouldn't surprise me if we get any more characters in the future, but currently these are the ones we know about officially. This is obviously exciting because it gives us the chance to save up for who we want. If you pull based on appearances, such as myself. This reveal has given us a few weeks, maybe a month or two's warning, saying hey, if you want any of these characters, they're probably gonna have banners over the next few versions of the game, so get saving. Sana, my beloved, I'm coming! It's also exciting because we now know that there are 3 new Dendro characters on the way, aside from the Traveler, which is even more exciting to think about when 3.0 actually comes, because by that time we would have had the chance to play around with Dendro a little bit for ourselves. Number 2, new environments. Inazuma is my favourite region for a reason. It's visually stunning. Over the past few months, Genshin has knocked it out of the park with their designs. I'm talking about Enkanomiya and the Chasm when I say this. So with the release of the biggest update since 2.0, aka Inazuma's release, I'm sure we're not going to be disappointed with what Sumeru has in store visually, you know, the environments. And from what we've seen so far, from what the region's environment is going to look like, I think we have a good reason to heighten our expectations for Sumeru, because it already looks great. Number 1, Dendro. And finally, let's talk about why Dendro is number 1, at least for me. You see, Dendro is the last element we're probably going to get. Unless Genshin has any other surprises up their sleeve, for now Dendro is the final piece to this elemental puzzle that we've been used to playing with for almost 2 years now, depending on when you've started playing. So Sumeru has the hype of not only everything I've told you in this video up until this point, but it also has Dendro as well, which is no doubt going to be a game changer. It could even be meta defining if you're into that, who knows? After all, we're not only getting new characters with new kits to learn about, but we also have the added challenge of learning how to best use Dendro among all of the other characters we have built over the course of playing this game without the Dendro elements being playable. Again, this is unless Genshin has any tricks up their sleeve, but this will probably be the last time we're getting a new region and a new element alongside it, all in one. It's an exciting time to play Genshin because of that. Now this makes me think that because there are no more elements to look forward to after Sumeru, the Archon quest storyline might pick up pace drastically during Sumeru, and if not Sumeru, Fontaine for sure, but hey, I'm getting ahead of myself. What do you think? What are you most excited for Sumeru? Leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, follow my socials, and I'll see you later.
Hey there. If you like Genshin Impact, Animal Crossing or games in general, join our chill Discord server. Thanks and have a nice day.